welcome back to the FTS. We are here at the LA Maxwell Center for race 9 of the season. Quick look down qualifying. And here we go. All ready to roll on this short track. Probably going to be the shortest track of the season. Not much room to do business in, but a little bet sheet on pole. As the pace truck is in through 3 and 4. And it's going to be a green flag to kick off the ROBLOX 200. Let's go. Bottom lane doing better on the restart. Bet sheet to the lead. Up to second place goes Iris. And watch out for some of these drivers who qualified well but might be going back early. Darkest Presence in the top 10. Side by side in front of him is Curbio and Nino. But the 14 is going to find a way through the middle. Very good there. Dirtman, if he keeps going, might actually fill that low side there. Solid start there. 25 of the Puff. Rolling bottom, baking up positions. It's kind of all you can really ask for in the early goings of this race. And Morshoe kind of battling for a top 10 position here. And J-Money, another one of those needs a good run guys. We thought he'd have a good run back at truck rally, because they're 4 wide behind him. Find a lane to get everybody situated in, and that's going to come at the detriment of the 52. Very unfortunate how that worked out for him. Back up to J-Mo. Needs a good run. Sitting 8th. Pretty comfortable position right now. Dirtman 5. Managed to get behind the 14, looking to get back around him. If they're fighting side by side. I think they're going to get the spot. 14 is going to fall in right in front of Curbio. Doesn't want to lose any more spots than he already needs to. The outside lane is interesting here. It's not usually working, but sometimes you could defend up there decently good. As Darkest Presence got beat to the punch there by the 41. Down low. You can see the attempts to leverage the higher lane. But it's dragging this whole thing back. The top 5 are getting a nice breakaway as these two fight for it. Penny Scholl sitting 3rd. Even Morshoe getting really good track position up right now. Three wide. A lot of spots here that are getting contested 3 wide. The Puff trying to run a good enough lane to just get a run to stay in 2 wide at the very least. Beach Brutus making a decent climb up the field. And 71 getting the spot on the 25. 71 has not had a perfect season trying to kind of right the wrongs of the mistakes they've made. Come Well, Bedsheet is just taking off. Coming up on Window Licker already to put the 36 a lap down. The 04 having a decent climb up through, getting into the top 10 here. Getting past the 14. And it's decent position to make up. Not bad. There's a pit lane cam. See Window Licker going a lap down as the leaders, they're able to run free. The rest of the field battling each other, dragging each other back. That's the theme here. It is so difficult to actually keep good position so far. '71 doing solid though. As there goes Turtle Slow to go a lap down as well. The 14 and 25. Side by side, Darkest Presence needs to stop the bleeding here. And get this going back in the right direction. Like when you start on a free fall, like, fixing it is going to be the most difficult thing. I think the 33, Derek Baum, kind of gave like a help to the 14 by roughing up the guy in front of him so he could find a way back in line. Very solid moves being made. As 71-04. Remember, these two had a run-in last race. I'm sure that's weighing heavily on both their minds. But 71 is going to keep the run going to stay ahead or make the pass even. Well, Bedsheet just taking off right now. He is going crazy. Billy Mays and Dirtman 5 side by side. This is for 4th. The 5 has been doing good, and he's been keeping himself in solid runs. That'll definitely stay top 10 in points. Benny Scholl absolutely needs another win. I don't even think the wild card battle is that safe for him, considering how many bad runs he's had. The one in desperation mode, despite the win earlier. And now, the leaders, when they passed Window Licker, Turtle Slow, it was a given that they'd go one lap down. But now you're running up on like Vin Unleaded, Squargly, Klong, Miku. Like, these are drivers who should have more time to react to going a lap down, but it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And he's coming. I think everyone's just finding a groove, either waiting for either that first caution that may happen or green flag pit stops. And Bedsheet is there. As the other guys are trying to work through the other two lappers. Here comes more. The 6 going down. And now it's going to be a scramble through pretty much every other lap truck you can imagine. 97. Just kind of going high. Actually going to try and take it 3 wide top, but unleaded was getting lapped by a little bed sheet. So 97 couldn't make that move. 3 wide in front of a leader. That's a sight for sore eyes. I'm not going to be too optimistic if I'm the 32, Dr. Junior. Up there, and I see the leader bearing down on me. Bedsheet kind of roll in the middle, but Steetsnart getting past his group first. Going to let 3 wide bottom for 22. Benny Scholl in third is in this group as well. So letting the leader pave the path first that you're going to have to take. That is a solid strategy for the 95. Next up, 34th place of Willie Stroker. Stroker trying a pass on Nino as we go side by side for the lead here. Bedsheet did hold him off. As 77, nothing more he's got there. Benny Scholl getting frustrated with the 32 car. Now Iris taking another stab here on the low side, but do you think Bedsheet has more run on exit to try to hold this off? Not this time. Not this time. Iris to the lead. I think Bedsheet may have been fighting too hard there to make something happen. He's going to get used up as Benny Scholl getting very aggressive with the back of the 32. Iris with a significant lead laps Nino. The 21 qualified 4th. That is going to be a day in free fall. Oh! Stroker in the wall. More drivers involved. Klong, and that's a caution. That's going to be a caution. Oh, I don't think they're done yet. It should be, though. Oh, my God. Dr. Junior. Benny Scholl was lucky to kind of back off this 32 because Dr. Junior and Willie Stroker in the outside wall. Stroker gets up on the wall there. Klong not really having anywhere to go. Morshoe was lucky that stayed away from them. All that bullshit. Stroker wants to get down. All right. Oh, big stack up here. What happened? The sharp angle of pit entry just kind of caught up drivers off guard. Iris, them go in. Oh, Bedsheet gets turned around as whole field getting held up. 04. Can't really go anywhere. Hell's pit exit. Over there. Right there. Very unlucky timing here. I don't even know who's even on the lead lap anymore. Well, Well, I like an unfettered shit show. Let's keep the gravy train rolling. I think the top three didn't pit. They're going to be the leaders to hit this green. Here you go. Now you got plenty of lappers and lead lappers and drivers not really belong in there. Ball sack coming back up on the track. It is an absolute pigsty over here. We have only 19 on the lead lap right now. That's even if 17 truly on the lead lap. Plenty of those who got caught out down. The 1 and 32 out. Benny Scholl had another issue. Absolutely diabolical there. But this one team cannot catch a break. Man, this is gonna be a absolutely insane one right here. And you got some drivers back there that are getting held up by Window Liquor, Turtle Slow. They're not out of the way at all. They race side by side. That kind of dooms them all. Stars still holding off some drivers for a top 10 spot, but the Puff, Curbio, they're not going to be waiting around much longer. As long as you've got a car in this race, you're fine. Rats Tyrell getting out to a decent lead over the 42 Samus Aran. Iris in third trying to take back what's hers, but I think some of these drivers that stayed out, like, for a decently good reason, but it's just a mess right now. .52, a lap down, unfortunately. Did get the position on the 91, but it's just turning bad right now for some of these drivers. Vin unleaded. He's about to go 4 down. That's a very, very slow guy up ahead. The 66 needs to absolutely not mess this one up when making a pass. 42 in the hunt. Iris in third. Billy Mays fourth. That's the two that I'm actually keeping my eye on right now. Bedsheet back to 6. Derek Baum in 7th with a good run. I'll let him have that one. Pretty solid for that team. Fred Jones got caught a lap down. The Puff is running good. That's kind of all I got to say about that one. And with the 14 being a little bit back there, that could be some trouble. Pavilion, the last one on the lead lap, it looks like, as some of the slower drivers are trying their best. The 42 just cannot make pace the same way some of these others can. Good to see her in second, but it might be not a good race if things don't fall their way. Yeah, right there, you can really see just how chaotic it all gets. That one bad move to be made, and that could send them all out. See the 2 slowest there. 36.45 going around. And Vin unleaded, actually not terrible on pace. It's just that he's getting close to being 4 down, which is not good exactly. If Iris can just make the pass for second, it seems like the 95 might actually be faster here. Bedsheet the top 5. Not really working the traffic as well as he's been able to since he lost that lead. That might be a skill that he's trying to get back. J Money in the top 10. Kind of you like to see that moment right there. That 71 has been going back. It has not been a good race. Just desperately trying to stop the bleeding. There are some other slower cars there that could hold off the leaders for a little bit, but honestly, if you look at Tyrell, might not even be the fastest truck out there as Battle for Second kicks off. But Iris really can't get it down on the low side. That's going to cost some time. Just as long as you can stay where you are, and just keep giving that fight to the 42, you'll get that spot eventually. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen off this corner here. Very nicely done. Turtle Slow and Window Liquor, a dynamic duo here, giving the leaders some passing of their own to do. And the 12 between this, none of these drivers are for position with themselves, but with differing speeds, you got to pass them any way you can. The 12 goes low, and that's going to give a hole for the 66 to go. So I think he appreciates that one. As he goes to pit, Rat Tyrell pits from the lead. I think he was one of those guys who didn't come in on that stop. As now Billy Mays, he's got himself a rocket ship in that 19. He's going to take the lead. Oh, maybe. Iris fights back for it. The 42, Samus Aran, the other one who comes in as well. Derek Baum in that 33, I'm not sure if he jumped the line by not pitting, but honestly, he may have. May not be as bad for him. 95. Honestly, if this becomes a can you make it to the end race, wouldn't be too bad. That just means we have to stay green to the end to find out. Here's the other camera. That really shows the pit exit there. The 42 coming out. J Money coming in. Unfortunate, that 88 team. And Pavilion. Yeah, JMO and Pavilion, they couldn't make it work. So very unfortunate for those two. Iris now leading. Not very many on the lead lap. That becomes an ask of like, who's going to be the one to outshine in the later stages of this race? The 04, his day goes from bad to worse. Pitting now. As J Money comes out, that gives Star 13 on the lead lap, honestly. And there goes the 33, Derek Baum. Would not put it past the leaders to not be able to make it, or somebody might be able to be fuel saving, locking themselves in the room here, trying to get as much as they can out of their gas tank. Billy Mays a little slow. Who's even in third place right now? Dirtman 5 and Queso of all drivers. The pace is awful right now. Holy shit. These drivers are running like ass. Rats Tyrell isn't even that far back. He's only 16th. The Puff in 6th. Panacano's battling for 19th. And 91-21. And Beach Brutus is somehow running in the 21st position. That's not that bad than where he once was. Hampter, Grackor, Butterpants, all for good finishes lining up. Darkest Presence now barely hanging on to a top 10 spot. Curbio, low-key good run. Star trying to make up some ground, but that's only 12 on the lead lap. And you see how many of these guys who are slow back here just trying to survive. 21-second laps. The top 2 are crazy far out there. Just looking at some of these, like, guys near back here that could go 2 laps down. Crazy. None of the drivers back here are on the lead lap. Wolf Van Halen, aforementioned, a really bad run there. As here comes the 95. Running up on this pack here. You're only going to come down to around 16 to go. So seeing how much slower they're running now compared to where they were, with the added pressure of trying to see just how far you could go before you run out, that's going to be something that's weighing on all of these drivers' mind. As the 95 is going to partake in a bit more lapping right now. Bunger not really having his best day. He's going to go 2 down. There's Burrow, Joe Mama, Big Biff. That's all 2 down. Sneet Snart. It's all just lap schlock. Nobody here. And the only next car on the lead lap is Curbio in that blue 41 up there. I don't even know if there's any drivers giving good pace right now. Compare this to Rats Tyrell, it's running bad. Looking at all these previous laps, everybody's in the 21-22 range. When the fastest laps were at least 4 seconds faster. They're 4 seconds slower than where they are right now. I think that there is something going on that these drivers are trying to prevent from having anything bad happen. You see Hampter in that 46 in the top 10. Solid run out of them so far. J-Mo trying to block. Just whatever he can to save whatever bad race he's having. He should be... I don't think any of the pitting guys took tires, meaning that everybody here, their tires are absolutely cooked like a well-done steak. That's not a good thing. That's a very bad thing. Like, just struggling, huffing and puffing and struggling to make it on these sons of bitches. Oh look, there's Window Licker and Turtle Slow again. As Curbio, currently the 12th position vehicle, trying to save himself from this terrible fate that might befall him. Queso in P3, he's making a great case for probably vaulting into that top 10 in points, but good lord. That's humiliating. The Puff running 4th, that's another top 5 if he could finish the job. Iris is just trying to finalize this deal. The 19 of Billy Mays couldn't quite keep up. And also, I think they're both just managing their own stuff. Everybody's more or less racing themselves at this point, as the biggest competition is you. You don't want to mess this up for yourself in the final stint. Like, you don't even need to overlay early race footage of this camera angle onto itself near the end. You could just tell how much slower it is right now. An absolutely lethargic performance from our field trying to squeeze to the end. But it is what it is. And we're within that time when, like, everybody would just pace around to the end if we have a caution now. Just keep it green for the time being. 11 on the lead lap back to Grakor. 3 to go. Oh, I want to keep my eyes very close to that 19. As if something bad were to happen, that would be the end of her race. 21 just does not have pace at all. This is the second time seeing them going a lap down. Yeah, that's why they call it 2 laps down, stupid. Grakor battling the 71 for position. That's for 10th. Iris taking it as lethargically as possible. Good God, Molasses Racing just called. The white flag is out. We only have one more lap of this shit to sit through. The 95 just inching to the line. And it's going to be Iris who will eventually pick up the flag and win. Oh my God. That was painful to watch. Now it's painful. These guys' attempts into the fucking pit road. And they're eating shit on each other again. Oh, great job, guys. Well, and because everybody's so impatient to get down and done, I think they're going to call it early here. Yeah, everyone's position should be the same. Good fucking God. That was a race. Maybe. Certainly a sight to behold near the end, but goddamn. That is all for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.